What's up, everyone? This is the Game Warp here. This is my second video on my YouTube channel, which I started recently only a few days ago. And today we are going to play some online matches in Mario Kart 8. And so let's get started.
Let's go!
So actually, I did record my this video last night. However, I did not plug in my laptop, so unfortunately that recording did not really save. The thing was is that I didn't want to have my what you call it, computer charger into the laptop because it looked like the framing was slightly slower when I plugged it in. And at least from the video preview that I'm watching while I'm recording, using the recording software, so I didn't know what was going to happen. So that's why I took it out. I make sure I had a full charge of my laptop this time before I tried to record anything. So yes, this is my second video on my YouTube channel. The first video was a world record attempt for a mobile app game called Tricky Food, which I played on my smartphone. And you'll have to see if you want to check out the video if I beat the world record or not, because at the end I do show the leaderboards for proof of anything like that. So in case you're wondering, if I just make something up like that, then well, there's the evidence for it. So I guess what's getting me started while we're waiting for the match to start here is for the YouTube channel is I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays from I guess the Game Grumps, which I wouldn't do anything like that because I don't even have that comedic style of like talking to an audience like that. Even with my friends, so to speak, it's not quite the same thing. However, what made me recently do this is from watching videos from a YouTube channel named Zach Scott Games, and basically I was thinking, what if I want to do something like that? Not necessarily copy his personality or the way he maybe talks about the games and some sort of like that, just to see, how it goes out and stuff. And so then I started researching, capture cards for Nintendo Switch that I have. I guess to see if I have the right equipment for my laptop to use. And then, before you know it, I guess this is how the video was beginning to make. Now, when I first tried to test out the capture card for the Nintendo Switch for my laptop, I was a little hesitant at first to see if it worked or not, because not only was the audio completely out of sync with the video, but it was a tremendous lag to it, and I wasn't quite sure what I was doing wrong or something. And then I figured out that I had the settings on maybe possibly too high, maybe some optional settings which I didn't need to for recording it. Because now when I look back on the video that I recorded, it runs at probably a smooth 1080p 60 frames per second, which is kind of what I wanted. And I guess it helps for a newer game, so to speak, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, since it's better to look at, when it's 60 frames per second. If it's like a game for like the 80s or 90s, and then the quality is like 480 and like 30 frames per second, like that's not going to matter as much as like maybe a newer game, so to speak. So I'm still kind of deciding as to how I want to do my commentary for these videos, and I guess for at least this first recording, I think what I'm going to do is kind of give some few talking points here and there in between the matches, so that when the I guess the racing or like battling begins, you just hear whatever's actually coming from the screen, not from me. Because I have seen I guess comments from like other commentary and non-commentary videos as to what people might want. And I figured that, well, I don't know if I just want to do just no commentary, just plain gameplay footage, because I feel like that would just be another one across the internet, so to speak. And, I don't know if I want to talk the entire time of it. So this is what I'm going to do, at least for the first video. And I don't know what I'm going to do for the future. I guess that's my plan of thought is for the moment. So I don't know if you're the speed of which when you have the science break is slower compared to everyone else, or maybe that's the impression you get because you have the object and you're trying to avoid everyone that runs and everyone's trying to follow you. So I'm not quite sure how that works. But I definitely do feel like I am going slower when I have the object. Oh well. I think probably the Renegade Roundup and the Shine Thief is probably at least two of the out of the 5 battle modes I like. I think Balloon Battle, the Bomb one, and the Coins do seem to be more fun. And that could be because, I guess, maybe you're trying to collect something, so to speak, and maybe it's relatively easy to maybe collect, say, like 10 coins or maybe several points. versus like the Shine Sprite or like the as the team one, where it may not even matter how many times you save other team members, at least we could capture them unless you win or lose. Even then, I don't know. Yeah, so I said again before, hopefully, when I try to upload this video, I'm not gonna have any frame issues, because if it's thinking to buy, like a $150 game capture card, and like, if, all the settings on the computer are not, entirely right, it wouldn't work. In fact, even though I do have a relatively new laptop, when I originally tried to plug in I guess the cord in from the capture card into the my laptop, it said I need a 3.0 USB connection, and at first I didn't realize that I didn't have it because I figured I only had one of those in my laptop, and it was like a 2.0 like on the right side. But then I guess I found one on the left side, and I guess it does work. So, because I don't know if I would have like a install something in my laptop, or if that could be done. Yeah, I didn't want to think about that. I always liked the Mario Kart games, except I have no interest in buying the mobile one. I think that's a bunch of baloney with all the microtransactions and such. And maybe only ones I haven't played, or maybe a few arcade ones that are like, you know, can't exactly get from home. I thought what always been interesting, you know, I know people, I guess people might have suggested, you know, kind of like Super Smash Brothers Kart or Smash Kart or something like that, you know, kind of like, you know, Smash Brothers, but instead, like, you know, because of different characters in the universe, because I guess, you know, they often have Zero Track in here, and they have Lincoln, a Splatoon character, as characters in this game. But I always kind of want to have, like, a Mario Kart, like, editor, so to speak. I don't know how that would exactly entail, you know, of the tracks and all, because that would seem pretty hard to customize. But maybe more like a sandbox mode or something. Like, I feel like that could be, like, the big, like, you know, next big thing. Future Mario Kart. I mean, I know no one's here for it, but, you know, I sometimes wonder about the maximum score. Like, I think it's around, I think, maybe 99,000 points each for the battle mode and the racing. I mean, they must have been playing, like, an endless amount of time for that. Especially if you're not probably relatively, like, a top 10 player per se. I feel like that would take a while. You know, maybe what they should have done is, probably made it sense to get, like, 99,000 points or very invested to get, like, a very special character. And I'm not even sure if, like, 50% of people probably would even play the game. It's that long. every once in a while I get, you know, tied for first place or do have first place. It doesn't happen most of the time, but oh well. I'd say I would be at least a moderately good Mario Kart player. 'Cause, I know on the Nintendo DS, snaking as they would call it, you know, we kind of like, you know, drift kind of like back and forth, you know, on the track or something. I feel like it probably was maybe like in the top 25% of like all players with maybe like a win and lose ratio because of that. But it seems interesting because after that one, experiencing other players online, you know, for like the Wii and Mario Kart 7 and 8 and 8 Deluxe, it seemed to be tougher. Because I'm getting worse, or and they have different strategies, so to speak. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more battling, you know, and then I'm probably gonna do some racing before I close out my first recording session. There's actually a lot of vehicle parts that I have gotten that I haven't even tried yet, just for different, statistics in terms of, like, we'll go faster, we'll go slower. I think I'm purposely waiting, just to kind of prolong the game, just like maybe like in a few weeks' time we'll just try on another new tire, which sounds a little bit crazy. That's what I kind of tend to do for, video games, every now and then. So yeah, like I was saying, I sometimes purposely go slow at video games just so I get the full experience out of it. Like, for example, in the Breath of the Wild, people could be maybe moderately playing that game for maybe a few hundred hours before they complete everything. For me, I'm almost around 300 hours for that game, and I haven't really fully even discovered 3 full, areas yet. Guess we can go up the tower and go to the whole area. I haven't even done 3 full rounds of that yet. Usually what I would do, and I still do, is when I try to go to a new area that I haven't been to, I kind of try to find like one new item and maybe a few Korok seeds, and kind of repeat the same process, going back to the Great Plateau, doing that map, and then going east to the next one over, and then keep going to that one. Which, by that logic, I probably won't be done for a few years, and the sequel to it probably will be long out by now. And You know, some say that might be a little, you know, crazy, wasting all that time, but, you know, I thoroughly enjoy it. And, you know, for a lot of time, I tend to take a lot of, you know, pictures with the mechanic on the Nintendo Switch and a few, video clips for it, too. Wait, not even 1 second. What are you gonna do? So yeah, as of this video, I only have one a YouTube video, so I don't know how it's going to be when you know, I post this one, because that one only has, like, at this point, maybe somewhere around like 14 users, and I don't know how big my YouTube is going to be. Like, it could only be like a few dozen videos per video, and you know, I guess that's not everyone's goal, but everyone can't be, you know, have like, you know, a few million subscribers and such. We'll have to see what happens. I think my goal for this is probably to post maybe approximately, or maybe about like one video a week, at least for Mario Kart Deluxe. So I could maybe say a few comments in between matches and stuff. At least, that's what I'm going to do, at least for that maybe. I'm not quite sure about other gen I will do that. Plus, I am thinking about related to maybe political stuff and, shows thought about, yeah, it's just, the very early big stages of this. I'm gonna listen back to the recording I'm doing for the, video I'm doing, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, just as thought, I don't think capturing that many people or releasing them makes a difference in the score. It doesn't seem to be that the case. I did originally say I do want to do a few races before I guess the recording is over. But I only want to do maybe approximately an hour or so's worth of recording, maybe a little bit less. So I might have to stop maybe in about less than 15 minutes or so. It does seem relatively harder to implement the battle mode than it is in racing. Especially at that team thing, because basically all of you lose points if you're on the team. Yeah, I think now's the right time to stop doing the battle lane. Maybe just do maybe like 1 or 2 races, maybe 3. I don't know. Oh, now I gotta wait again. You know, I do wonder for a future Mario Kart game that they're gonna do maybe something like they do with Smash Brothers, where they'll include maybe most of the racing tracks, not just retro. Like a game, but mostly almost all the tracks past, and maybe a few new ones, like Mario Kart Ultimate. Of course, if that's the case, then that may be kind of a high expectation for whatever the next Mario Kart game would be. Plus, all the tracks that must take a while to do. Or maybe what they can do is maybe combine like several like theme tracks into one, like a Bowser Castle or Rainbow Road or something. Or maybe like as soon as you like like finish like you make the first lap on like the Super NES version of Rainbow Road with its updated graphics, it could transition to maybe like the N64 one. I don't know about the GBA one because that's basically similar. And maybe the GameCube and then the DS versions and etc. I think I did see someone on YouTube kind of do something like that in terms of modding, which didn't look terrible. But if it was done officially by Nintendo, you know, like a whole thing like that, that'd be interesting. Although by the time they do that, it might take like 10 minutes to complete the entire like buying all the tracks from that. I don't know. not terrible. I thought I was not going to do good in the beginning there. I'm actually going to stop for today. Um, Partly because I have other things to do. You know, I do go to college. I do have a part-time job. I do have other things that I do want to be doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe I have the exact same rating for each one. I don't know if that was a coincidence. I did want to try to round each one of them either to like near 50 or the 100 place, but I didn't expect to get the exact same one. What are the odds of that happening? Um, yeah, so this is what I might do for a while. I might do approximately like an hour of like Mario Kart Deluxe every week. I don't know what day of the week I'm going to be posting this because I'm going to have to go back and review the footage, make sure the audio is okay. And if there's anything that, you know, might have to be done differently, then I'll, I guess, try for the next round, you know, like maybe just volume or maybe frame rates right, as I said earlier. Hopefully that'll be that smooth 1080p 60 frames per second. And yeah, I guess that's about it. This is just the beginning of my YouTube channel called the Game Orb. Feel free to subscribe or, you know, like the video, or you can write a comment, so to speak. I did buy a capture card specifically for the Nintendo Switch, and I think I will do other games in the future. I'm not sure which ones yet. If you do have any suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment, so to speak. Yeah, I think that's just about it. So, I guess until next time, this is the Game Orb signing off. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.